And then bring the knee forward for pigeon. Slide the left leg back. Hey everyone, welcome to class. Welcome to this full body flexibility flow. I think flexibility constantly ranks really high up on the list of things that we want to improve and we want to work on. So I figured, okay, let me give you a nice rounded out flow where we work a little bit of the whole body so that you just can let go of that feeling of being stiff everywhere all the time. So we're going to start on your backs. Go ahead and lie down. Just pull the knees in toward the chest. You can rock a little bit side to side. If this feels really unpleasant, like if your hip flexors especially are very tight, you can grab the tops of the ankles and let the knees kind of drop out to the side. Just take a couple breaths here. And then reach for the outsides of the feet for happy baby. And again, if happy baby feels too inaccessible today, you can just stay right where you were with the hands on top of the ankles there. But otherwise, grab the outsides of the feet. Try to pull the heels over the knees and then push the knees down towards the outsides of the ribs. On an exhale, I want you to just take the left leg down and cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Reach for the back of the left hamstring and pull the legs in close. If you can catch the shin instead. It makes it just a little bit more intense. Really depends on where you're at today. So I want you to let the hands go. Take the left foot down and find a half happy baby on the right side. So grab the outside of the right foot and pull that heel so it lines up over the knee. Keep the left side down so the left side of the lower back is down, left hip is down. Now if you feel like you can, first you can stay here of course. If you feel like you need a little bit more, bring the first two fingers around the right big toe and then just kick the leg straight out to the side. So you're kind of at a diagonal. Take it back to the center, and now cross the left ankle over the right. Pull the knees in, and either catch the right hamstring or the right shin, wherever you can reach. Gently let the hands go. Take the right foot down. You're going to find half happy baby on this side. So grab the outside of that foot. Gently take it out to the side and pull the heel over the knee. Keep the right side of the body down against the floor. So you've got the lower back and the hip on the mat. It's not pulling off to the left side. So remember, you can stay here, or if you want, you can bring the first two fingers around the left big toe and then gradually kick the heel out to the side. Bend the left knee. Pull both legs in toward the chest and rock up so you end up in a comfortable seat. Relax the shoulders down and back. Just sit up tall for a moment. And take a second to turn your focus in. And we're just going to set an intention. Anytime we're moving into like flexibility work, it can be very humbling and can get to your ego a little bit. So especially for a class like this, I want you to just make the primary focus how you feel and a little bit of improvement. So we're not going for perfection. We're not going for anything super, super crazy or a stretch that's super deep. We're just looking to push ourselves maybe one step ahead today. Open the eyes, plant the hands, and just step the feet back to a downward facing dog, lifting the hips high. And when you're in down dog, notice if you bend the knees, you have more access to move the pelvis. So once you bend the knees, I want you to think of scooping the tailbone up towards the sky and pushing the floor away with the hands. So then you'll start to feel a bit more stretch through the calves, through the hamstrings. And once you feel that stretch kind of intensify, you can start to drop the heels down towards the floor. And they do not have to touch the floor. Move to the hands. Step the right foot between the thumbs, drop the left knee down, and lift the chest up for a kneeling lunge. So to start, just take the hands to the right thigh, relax the shoulders down the back, and notice what you're feeling. So we just draw our attention to the sensations that are. You're probably going to feel something in the left hip flexor, the left quad. You might feel the right hip flexors feel a little pinchy or tight, depending, if that's a weak point for you. So now I want you to bring the hands behind you. Either, option one, interlace the fingers and just draw the shoulders back, or find reverse prayer. So bring the hands between the shoulder blades and then think of moving the elbows back in space, lifting the chest up towards the sky. Let the hips drop down another inch. Bring your chest and head back to neutral. Take both hands to the inside of the right foot and then walk the right foot out to the side about a step. So you have a nice wide lizard. You can stay here. If you have a block nearby and you need that under the hands, feel free to grab it if this feels too intense. Or if you want a little bit more, drop down to the forearms for a bit more intensity. Remember, if your intention is not ego, but taking this just one step further, taking our flexibility one step further than we started, where would that put you? Go ahead and tuck the back toes, scoot the knee forward a bit, bring the right foot behind you, drop the knees and lower down between the elbows, laying the chest flat. Roll the shoulders back, find cobra, keep the elbows bent. Exhale, lower down. Do cobra one more time. Shoulders roll back, press into the hands, lift the chest. Exhale, lower down. Tuck the toes. Sit up and back, downward facing dog, lifting the hips high. But again, if you bend the knees like more than you normally would, you're able to scoop the pelvis up. So you're kind of pointing the sitting bones up towards the sky. Push the floor away. Brace the core a little bit, and then gradually let the heels get a little bit closer to the mat. Look to the hands. Step the left foot between the thumbs, drop the right knee down, lift the chest. Hang out here. You're going for awareness first. Where do I feel this? Probably the right hip flexors, right quads especially. Option one is to interlace the hands and just roll the shoulders back, find a little baby back bend. Or if you want a little more, bring the hands between the shoulder blades for reverse prayer, but don't let the shoulders round forward. Don't let the elbows pull forward. You want to squeeze the shoulder blades together, bring the elbows back in space, and then lift the sternum towards the sky. Bring the upper body back to neutral. Place the hands at the inside of the left foot, and then just step the foot out, one step or so. Drop the right hip down for lizard. And again, we come back to, what does one step forward look like? What does it feel like? Is it right here? Is it dropping to the forearms? Is it somewhere in between with a block there? Be honest with yourself in a way that moves things forward in actual terms, not just makes you feel good in your brain. Tuck the back toes. Let's scoot the right knee forward a little bit. Swing the left leg back. Shift your weight forward. Lower down halfway. laying the chest flat, and then roll the shoulders back, find a little cobra, lead with the sternum, exhale, lower down. And let's do that one more time. Shoulders roll back, lift the chest up, lead with the sternum, lower back down. Tuck the toes, sit up and back, downward facing. Stretch the right leg up, bend the knee, open the hip, and then bring the knee forward for pigeon. Slide the left leg back. Where do you end up here? If you're leading with the intention of just taking it one step further, where do you end up? We're going to take a few breaths here. So with each exhale, just try to surrender a little bit more, letting go of any resistance. And press into the hands, tuck the back toes, sit up and back, downward facing. Stretch the left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip, and then bring it forward, slide the right leg back. What would be the next best right thing for you to do? Maybe you stay up, maybe you come down to the forearms. What does your body need? Kind of putting your ego's wants on the back burner. We'll hold for about a minute. So again, with each breath out, can you relax a little bit more? No resistance, no agenda. And on your next breath in, press into the hands, tuck the back toes, sit up and back to downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here just to kind of feel things become symmetrical again. Dropping the heels. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Come all the way down to your stomach. You're going to stretch the left arm out to the side and then roll onto your left side so the right foot lands behind you. So we're going to do something a little different here, and I want you to go easy. So this is not about pushing or anything like that. So maintain that same intention that we've kind of been going over and over, which is not what your ego wants, but what feels right, what feels good. So you're going to extend actually the right leg down to come back to the left so the ankles are stacked. Your right hand is supporting you so you don't tip over. So you're going to rock the hips back and just tap the right foot behind you. You'll feel that stretch in the left side of the chest and in the shoulder, and then come back so the ankles are stacked. We're going to rock back again, tap the right foot behind you, bring it back so the ankles are stacked. Tap, just rolling the hips back a little bit, right foot taps, then bring it back, ankles are stacked. So it's a really, really gentle rock, kind of encouraging some mobility through the spine, the shoulders, the chest. Take 2 more little taps like that. And roll it back to the center. Make sure you're in the middle of your mat. Bring the forehead down, interlace the hands behind you, roll the shoulders back. You're going to reach the fingers toward the heels and pull the chest up. Lift the feet when you're ready. Hold for 5, 4, little higher, 3, 2, 1. Take it down. Other side. You're going to roll to your right side. Extend the right arm out. You know, I have this fear that there's going to be like a roach or a spider under this couch every time I reach underneath it. Okay, left hand is down for support. You can stack the left ankle over the right. And you're just going to lift it up, roll back a little rock, tap the left toes down, take it back to the side. Open, rock, tap. And you might linger as you rock open just to feel that length and release in the chest and shoulder. Tap. Keep going. You can move at your own pace. I'll let you know when we just have a couple left. Gentle rocks. We're going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn everything back to the front. So now you're on your stomach again. We're going to do locust again. So go ahead and set up. Press into the tops of the feet. Forehead is down on your mat. Interlace the hands behind the lower back. Keep listening to me. I'm just going to put my microphone back on. Interlace the hands behind the back. Reach the fingers towards the heels. And then when you're ready, on an inhale, lift the chest. Once you feel stable, you can let the feet float up as well. Breathe. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, little higher, 1, take it down. Press back, child's pose. Feet together, knees wide. Hands reach forward. Arms are straight. Lift the elbows. On an inhale, slide the hands back towards the knees. Let the knees come together, shoulders relax, down and back, hands in the lap. On your next breath in, gently bring the hands up to the heart center. Sealing in your practice. Let the eyes blink open. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this class, there's a full-length version that lives inside Bad Yogi Studio, along with over 350 full-length classes. So something for every mood, for every purpose. I want you to live in a body that feels good, that is pain-free, and all of the classes inside BYS are going to help you achieve that. So drop down to the description below, click the link, you're going to get a free 2-week trial, and I know you're going to love it. I hope to see you there. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here next time.